The Director General of the Liberia Business Registry, Mr. Samson D, has joined us on the program. Good morning, Samson. Welcome.
Good morning, my brother. Good morning to our people across the 15 political subdivisions of Liberia. It is a pleasure being here in your studio this morning.
Okay, thank you very kindly for joining us on the platform, and we do our best to make the most of the time we have with you this morning. Having said that, how has it been since your appointment by the President at the Liberia Business Registry?
Well, things have been good. Firstly, let me thank Mr. President, His Excellency Dr. George Mane Begubewia, on the occasion of my appointment on the 5th of March 2018. So I've been in office a little over 1 year, and ever since we've taken over at the LBR, there has been tremendous progress. Though there have been some challenges,
sure,
but we have been able to put some of those challenges to bed and ensure that we make the registry second to none, and that's exactly what we have come to explain to our people. So since we took over, in fact, in the first week, there was a challenge at the registry. We had a shutdown of the system because, you know, most of those equipment that we use at the registry are outdated. They were deployed since 2011. Can you imagine? So just imagine taking over a new entity and new institution, and then just in 1 week you have a breakdown, and then you know the effect it has on the business community, on the business sector, especially when it comes to registration of business. You know, everybody wants that registration for different reasons. So
now, before you get into the meat of the situation, let's understand, what is the business registry? What are you supposed to do? What are your responsibilities? Yeah.
Well, the business registry was established to ensure that we register businesses. It's a one-stop shop that was created in 2011 to ensure that we ease the process of doing business and to ensure that business registration is done within time. And not just business registration, we offer several services, including the filing of articles of incorporation. We do dissolution of businesses. We do merger and consolidation. We do joint ventures and everything that you do in business.
Okay.
So it's a one-stop shop. There we have the LRA folks. We have the central bank window that collect the revenue, and then it is just responsible to ensure that we incorporate businesses, and that's exactly the function of the LBR. And ever since we took over, there has been tremendous progress. The last time we did our annual report, there was a surge. There was an increase in the percentage of businesses that register. The year before we came, and last year, there was some 5% increase in the number of businesses that registered. So it means that it tells you that the economy is growing. Although investments change, you wouldn't feel it right now, but maybe in the next 1 year or so, those people who have come, especially in the foreign business sector, there are a lot of businesses, foreign businesses that are registered larger than the year prior to. So it means that people are coming, investors are coming, but just that in order to invest, you know that it's a process. You have to come to the registry. That is the first stop. So basically, we've been doing just that, and we have been able to even reduce the number of time it takes to register your business. When I took over, it was around 18 days.
18 days?
18 days, and that was reflected in the World Bank Doing Business report. And that is not good for a country trying to attract investors, a country trying to ensure that we work on the economy. So we had a singular responsibility to turn the picture around. And right now, as I speak, we are hovering around 5 to 6 to 7 days.
What did you exactly do to turn that number around?
First of all, what we've been able to do was firstly to establish the customer service unit because if you have problem with your documents, for example, before the document used to be there's no contact point, so the business owner will have to come back to the registry to find out what happened to my document. But ever since we deployed the customer service unit, that unit has been doing excellently well. They now have the responsibility to relate to taxpayers, especially upon submission of your documentation. If there are problems or there are issues, our folks there normally place a call or send an SMS to inform me that, oh, Mr. X, Y, and Z, you submitted your document yesterday, and there is an issue and there is this problem. So we have a very quick response time. Another thing that we have that we've done was to do internal reshuffle and to ensure that the people who are able to do certain things were placed in the right areas.
Okay.
So thankfully we've been able to do that. So and we've been able to do internal strengthening of our own internal processes. So I think that has paid off, and we continue to work around the clock to ensure that doing business there gets better on a daily basis. So those are things we've been involved with to ensure that we reduce the number of days it takes to do or to register your business.
A follow up to that of the customers area, the customer service. Do you have a hotline as well in addition?
Oh, right, yeah, not really. In fact, in the next few weeks, thanks to the Minister of Finance, he was able to provide some funding. We will be also launching our call center.
Okay.
Upon the launch of the call center, we will announce the hotlines.
Yeah.
Because that call center we have the capability in ensuring that, for example, if D wants to inquire, for example, if you can get on the website to submit his inquiry, you will just take your phone and call. And even if it is 8 p.m., that call center will have the capacity to record your message, and then in the morning our folks will be able to listen to it and respond. So we have been working all around the clock to ensure that we deploy the call center, and right after here I'm going to the Ministry of Finance to ensure that because we have our virtual right now, and we hoping that in the next few weeks we'll be able to launch the call center so that we'll be able to announce the hotline for all of our people across the country.
Okay, as we're proceeding, let me also say good morning to all of those watching LNTV now in Tototapon County. And I understand that they're watching LNTV right now, watching the Super Morning Show. Those are there's Andrew Puku Yushab in Totota, and LNTV signal started to reach people in Lower Pong County. Initially, you talked about the old system. You took over 1 week, the system had to shut down, and then had to be some immediate interventions. We'll come to talk about the doing business report in Liberia and all of the indicators, but I'd like you to talk about the upgrade so far.
Yes, Daniel, ever since we took over, in fact, the upgrade is still going on. In fact, thankfully, we're able to make a case, thanks to the Finance Minister again and Minister Tape for their own support, because we were able to speak with some international partners, especially with the International Finance Corporation. They have made some funding available for a total upgrade of our system in terms of establishing a brand new business registration system. What we are about to launch is an online application system, but the business registration system will have a lot of features. Okay, that new system that will be financed by the IFC, we have the capability to ensuring that you sit anywhere, for example in America, and swap your card and make a payment through your debit and credit card. And so we will get to that. So, but right now, what we've been able to do was to stabilize the system, because it has been almost 9 years old, and then the system keeps going on and up. When there was a problem with the system last time, I was criticized on some local radio station because they were taking almost 10 days to register business. Practically, that was attributed to the system breakdown, hardware failure and the rest of it. But there have been some intervention from the Ministry of Finance, and we have been able to stabilize the system. So as far as we're concerned right now, we are on course, and we look forward to launching our online services so that it makes it better, for people to subscribe to our services. Because
let me ask before you proceed, and this is very key, and I hope business people that are listening can take cue. What are those things required to register a business? Because if you don't come with the necessary requirements, that could stall the amount of time it takes to register, and that could be attributed to the business registry as not being able to process the application in time, whereas maybe the applicant, is not following the procedures. What does it take to start a business or register a business through the registry?
Definitely, and firstly, let us establish that there are different forms of businesses. We have the sole proprietorship, there's a one-man business, we have the partnership, and we have the corporation, and we have a non-for-profit corporation. Firstly, all of them we have specific set of requirements.
Okay.
Firstly, if you want to establish a sole proprietorship, you have to submit let's say a copy of your passport or national ID. That is the simplest form of registration. You get a copy, go to the registry, get a form, meet our customer service folks, and our people will guide you and just submit. So you submit it with a passport size picture, along with a passport or national ID or driver's license. So that is the simplest form. For the partnership, it's a legal instrument that you have to do. You have to, let's say, you have to get. So what you do is you go to the probate court. You get a lawyer for the partnership. You do a partnership agreement. Go to the probate court. It is probated, and then you proceed at the Liberia Basin Registry, where you will meet our folks also in the customer service.
They'll be able to help you.
Right, they'll be able to examine it because there are specific formats with respect to how partnership structure should be, those literature, those
Are there
things.
challenges that you face with these businesses, people who come to register? Let's talk about the local businesses, not foreign businesses, but local businesses.
Basically, the challenge is that in fact, initially, prior to the launch tomorrow, people, to get a registration form, people used to leave other places like Red Light, Douala, and proceed at the LBR just to pick up an application form. I feel that in the 21st century, we're trying to improve the business sector. We should not have the kind of things going on. So that has been one of the challenges. For example, somebody living from Kakata to come to Monrovia
Just to get
to get the form and to submit his application, and then maybe it takes him 5 days. That person remains in Monrovia. He has to get a hotel to be and he has to feed himself. So the cost associated with registration has been so difficult for our people. Not just maybe a place like Kakata. What happened to people who come from Grand Crew who want to register? For example, he has a contract.
And they got the
understand?
LRA people on their backs.
Right, right. So we have our LRA people there. We have not been able to adequately decentralize the issuance of the instrument, of the registration instrument.
Okay.
So the central point is the LBR office in Monrovia. So it has been difficult sometimes. Those people who want to get their certificates who are in other counties, it takes them forever to get it because we have to get it, and our people have to come to town. The road situation across the country.
Sure.
So sometimes if you are in Maryland, our people have to come to town, or the businessman will have to get in get in car and come to Monrovia to process his document, and then he has to go back. So it has been very tedious. I understand how the kind of difficulty our people go through. So in order to address the situation, because in fact the president said in fact the economy is open for people to do business.
Sure.
And in order to do that, you must create an enabling environment, and that is why the last time he even established the doing business working group that is headed by the Minister of Finance, which I'm a member of, and that body is responsible to ensure that we reduce the barrier to trade and improve the business climate. So exactly in order to subscribe to what the president objective is in terms of the economy, that is why some of us who are lieutenants of the president trying to assist the process to improve the business climate, that's why we have been working assiduously to ensuring that we bring services that are beneficial to the people, especially our services that will be launched tomorrow. So upon the launch of our services tomorrow, now even just by subscribing to the website, all right, even if you are not computer literate, you can download a form without even walking to the premises of the registry at Nelson on Front Street.
Tell us about the process.
Right. So right now, the current process is such that if you want to register your business, you have to go to the offices of the business registry at front of Nelson Street, or go have two, let's say, offices in the rural area. One is in Gunter and one is in Buchanan. But we have a centralized issuance system. So all of those people will have to, in fact,
still come back to Monrovia.
Right, we have to collate those documents and send them to Monrovia. So with the new system that we are set to launch tomorrow, you can sit anywhere, maybe in the comfort of a living room, or anywhere you go to a, let's say internet cafe and the rest of it. You will be able to log on. You can go on, but tomorrow we'll explain to the public the details, that are associated with the entire online application. So you'll be able to just sit, create a user account, and then submit your application. And then the good thing is that you will have an automatic, let's say SMS or an email telling that, oh yes, you have submitted your application and the rest of it. And the new platform that will be launched tomorrow, we have the capability of even in fact, we have a dashboard where you will track the process of your processing. So if you submit, if you go online and submit, it will tell you document submitted and ongoing processing. And then if it is complete and it's ready, the dashboard will tell you. In fact, there will be an alert, either an SMS or an email to you that your document is ready for pickup. So right now it's already a very big platform, but at least it will tend to alleviate the constraints, the binding constraints associated with obtaining registration. So somebody says that in total, like our people who are viewing right now, all right, maybe the only reason they will come to town is to pick up that registration, but subsequently, upon the launch of the comprehensive package, people in fact will be able to even proof online and send to your email, all right, and send. Right now, we're having conversation with the Minister of Post and Telecommunication with respect to businesses obtaining PO box address, because if we do that, the post offices nearby will even carry your registration to you instead of coming to town to receive it in hard copy. So initially, with the new system will be launched tomorrow, we will tell you that, oh yeah, your document is ready, you will receive an SMS, and it will even have the capability of informing you prior, because we run an anniversary certificate regime, where if you register today, next year at the same time you have to renew. So maybe you are busy, and Daniel, you have other business engagement, maybe you are selling in your shop, you are so busy and overwhelmed, you have traveled. So this new system will be able to send you a reminder, maybe 5 days prior to the anniversary date. You have to come and renew, because right. So these are things that we put into place, and we will be launching this platform tomorrow. We are looking forward to expect people who are stakeholders in the business sector, like the president of the Liberia Chamber of Commerce, like the president of LBR, like Mr. Tuel, who is expected to be the official launcher of the platform, the Professor Tape and the rest of it. We also expect to see folks from the International Finance Corporation and the general business community. So I think this launch will alleviate the pain associated with registration. It will also turn our number around.
Not attempting to be political at this point. Right. Do we have foreign businesses coming to register and to ensure that they can do business in Liberia as foreign businesses?
Oh yes, there are plenty.
Because people we see all on social media and all of that. There's not much is being attracted to Liberia in terms of businesses, foreign investment, and all of that.
Those statements are political, and investment is a chain. There are plethora of foreign businesses that have entered, that have expressed interest, that have registered in Liberia ever since this president took over.
And they're operating.
Right, they are operating. They may not be at the large scale, but in order to move the economy, it is not the big businesses. It's the SMEs. It is those small, medium enterprises that create most of the job. There's something called the crowding effect. They are in majority. So if 100 SMEs are here, or if 100 medium enterprises are here, and each of them employ 15 persons, times by 100. You understand? So people are not considering people normally go into the normal political thing. But the last time when Mr. Cummings came out and said there are no investors coming here, I immediately responded. I said, no, Mr. Cummings. There are a lot of businesses, in fact foreign businesses, who have come. They are registered, they are incorporated businesses, and they are going. The last time my friend and brother, the chairman of the National Investment Commission, Mr. Gray, went at the Ministry of Information. He even said a lot of stuff. In fact, he displayed most of those investors that have come to the country and have expressed interest in various fields across the country. So there are a lot of people, sometimes people become political and the rest of it. But ever since President Weah took over, there have been a plethora of foreign businesses that have rushed here to register. Some of them have established, although they are not at the last scale with respect to major concessions, but they are key institutions that are registered here and they have employed some of our people. You understand? Somebody said, oh, but we are not seeing them, and they are in your communities. They are across the country. Alright? But even if they are coming, if large scale people are coming, it takes a process. The investment chain requires that you register first and then you go to the National Investment Commission and go through your formalities. So there are a lot of businesses that have come to this country, especially foreign businesses that have expressed interest and they are operating here.
Let's talk about the indicators. because the last time the World Bank issued their report on Liberia, especially when it comes to doing business in Liberia, the scorecard was not favorable for Liberia because it takes us almost 18 days to register a business in Liberia, and the next scorecard will be coming up very shortly. What are you looking forward to, achieving the fact that, doing business in Liberia is easier because you can register your business so easily, as opposed to, the region, because, we always like to...
The last code that came up, we were in blue, we passed, we made a pass, we were not in red, but the general outlook for the country was not good because there are 10 or more indicators. But thanks to the Minister of Finance, he has been doing extremely well. In fact, tomorrow we have the MCC compact eligibility meeting at the Ministry of Finance that will be presided over by the Minister to look at the various indicators. So we'll be having a lot of meetings. And in fact, as part of the process, that's why there have been a lot of intervention with respect to the port, getting way away, from the IPD and the issue of APN terminals, and those are some of the interventions, and to ensure that we improve the business climate and make a successful pass in most of the indicators. But specifically with respect to the doing business school for starting a business, we've always been in blue, although our numbers have been up and down, fluctuating, and the last time was around 18 days. But we work assiduously. Right now, we are not taking more than 5 to 6 days if you submit all of your documentations on time. And because one of the requirements is, the last time I responded to the World Bank questionnaire, and one of the things that they wanted us to do is what we'll be launching tomorrow, the issue of the online platform. We must have a website. That's the last time when we just took over. Somebody had to leave from Qatar to come to Monrovia just to find out what it means, what are the requirements to register a business, an investor in the 21st century. Can you imagine that? When we took over, that's how bad it was. Alright? But at least thankfully, we have been able to turn it around that by tomorrow, people across the world, business people, without even calling anybody, without even getting third party involved, business people will be able to log on our website.
So sorry,
and get those
after the launch, it takes effect, operation.
Right now, as I speak, it's online, but just that we have not officially launched it.
Okay,
you can go there now on www.lbr.gov.lr. You see.
Can you take your time and read?
It's www.lbr.gov.lr. And for the very first time, this has never happened at the registry. We will be launching an online application platform. As I said earlier on, by doing this, it will automatically pivot positively, especially when it comes to our school, because these are things international people are looking for. If you say you are, in fact, you want to improve the business climate, these are issues that you must invest in. These are services that you must be able to provide. The issue of registering your business, you want to reducing the binding constraints. In time past, these have been, the issues that have confronted our business people. But by launching this service tomorrow, it will greatly alleviate the time. Because firstly, I want to reduce the timeline, the number of time it takes to register your business. Two, we want to reduce the level of human interaction. Go at the registry today. A lot of people flood there because they don't have alternative. But by launching the website tomorrow, business people now will have alternative. You will not have to walk to our offices anymore. All right? You sit anywhere and just register. So by the launch tomorrow, it will automatically reduce the number of days, because if it used to take 5 days, normally it will reduce to 3 days, because this platform.
What is your ultimate target in terms of the time it takes to register a business? What is your ultimate target? I know you want to reduce it, but at most, what should be the minimum time?
If everything is put into play, at most we want to take not more than 3 days. Not more than 3 days means between 1 to 3. You can get it in 1 day, 2 days, well, maximum 3 days. Because, for example, in Rwanda, look at it. Take Rwanda as a case study. Someone said Rwanda takes 6 hours. So we will be going to Rwanda to understand how to do it, because Rwanda is number 1, if I'm not mistaken, in terms of doing business in Africa. So we want to see the Rwanda model. How are they managing? What have they put into place? How can we duplicate that in Liberia? You know that we are very ambitious about this. And very soon, thanks to my folks from the IFC, we would maybe, in fact, I had a discussion with the minister the other day. We want to take a trip to Rwanda and see how to do it. Because these are indicators people look at to invest in the country. You understand? In terms of, how long it takes. Are there bureaucratic bottleneck? You understand? Is there corruption in the process? Are people making it difficult for people to subscribe and get their certificate? Maybe construction certificate. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So all of us have to simplify our processes across the government. And that's why I normally thank the president. He was fast-sighted enough to establish the Doing Business Working Group. All right? And this working group have been working, as I said, they have been able to address issues at the port. The getting away with the IPD came about as a result of the Doing Business Working Group meetings. So if we do more of this, and most of my folks across government, all of us must take responsibility and own these projects and ensure that we make things simpler so that we can attract businesses to Liberia.
Let's look at the category of those businesses in Liberia that are taking advantage of the process registering. My interest is home businesses. Are they also making maximum use of the opportunity?
Oh yes, a lot of local businesses are registering and they are renewing. Just that we have to do more awareness, because some of them, when they register today, they are not aware that you come out next year and register. Okay, we have a renewal regime, so we have to do more to.
Is it the same amount when you register?
It's the same amount
for your renewal.
Right, it's the same amount.
Oh, okay.
It's the same amount. It's mostly difficult for people in the rural areas, because, for example, you place in the capital, we don't have agents there, and you want to register your business, but you don't have anybody to talk to. All right, so this platform now will solve people's problem who live in Tapeta. All right, because it affords you the opportunity, for example, for renewal. You can submit, and then this platform will be able to send your bill back, and then you can even renew and make a payment through mobile money, whether Orange or Lone Star. So you don't have to physically interact with our people in Tapeta, or places like Bapul or Obama, or places like Grand Kema County. You understand? So this process is aimed at ensuring that people, well, basically it was even done to ease the process for people who are in places that our people cannot reach, like Lofa County and the rest of it. So it will greatly affect trade, and it will encourage a lot of people who are never come for the first time and register to register. The last time I had a meeting with the LRA, we want to do a mobile app and go to the communities. This mobile registration, we have a project upcoming to move to the communities. There are some people who perhaps didn't know that they should register, but we cannot also sit and say, okay, they will have to come. We have to go to them. You understand? So we are working on a project with the LRA to ensure that we roll out this project on a mobile platform and move to them. Right there instantly, we'll be able to get all that information and upload it to our platform and have them register. Because we want to expand the type. I'm not from the LRA, but our singular objective is to ensure that people are formalized in Liberia, and then ensure that we expand the tax base and the tax net, because the more we do this, our domestic revenue capacity will increase, and our national government projects will be able to speed up. So this is a national cause, and all of us must join this cause to ensure that it happens.
All right, if you're just joining us, this is a reminder that you're following the Super Morning Show here on ELBC 99.9 FM. Our guest is the Director General at the Liberia Business Registry, Honorable Samson D, joining us. For those of you who have questions for him, you can ask on 0776-089-713, 0776-089-713, or 0880-514-096, 0880-514-096. You can put forth your questions now, and we will take them as they come in. Good morning. Let's hear from the first person.
Yes, good morning. My name is Progressive, the president of the Liberia ICC.
Go ahead.
Yeah, let me use this video to explain my personal appreciation to business for business registration process. That's why we've been saying that IT is being used for economic growth and social development. Basically, to the honorable member for the business registration office, I want to say so for making that particular all-out platform to make things to be easier for people to run some business in Liberia. So I want to ask you this question because we from the Liberia, I think we know how can we attend the laws technology because they are advocating for Liberia to focus on technology because we are in the digital revolution. And I want to say to you that even to do the online platform, for you people need to take the security aspect key because if you go online, nothing is compatible. So you need to see how best you can verify all the online platform because you'll be dealing with transactions. So thank you very much.
Cybersecurity is also an issue of concern. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. What is your name?
Yeah, my name is James Topawe. I call from the Ministry of Finance.
Go ahead, sir.
I just wanted to make a comment or a suggestion.
Go ahead.
And can something be the mobile platform you're speaking about? Can they add another feature so as to at least have a zoning certificate or maybe some receipt so that the other man can use, can print it or keep it right in his shop while they are processing the certificate in case that LRA or personnel come within that facility. It can show that, look, I've done my processing and this is the temporary certificate or the receipt that my business is important so that they don't have that other features. So that's the suggestion I have to do this morning.
Thank you, sir, for your suggestion. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
What is your name?
H114 calling from Lokitan.
Go ahead.
Firstly, let me extend my thanks and appreciation to the boss of LBR. In actuality, I really enjoyed, your expose, and I hope after the launching of this, we should, the institution should be able to carry on a civic education. More civic education need to be done, as you are saying concerning the interior area. Most civic education need to be done. I don't know whether those areas that you're talking about. There's no service center there. In some of those reward county, those service centers. If the service center there, your office could really look around to send somebody there, one or two agents, in order to carry on your work. Because Monrovia alone is not Liberia.
Sure.
This is one of the things that killing our country. As you are saying, you want to visit. Is it Rwanda?
Rwanda, yeah.
Yeah, there's a need. I do that. Also visit our neighboring country here. And one aspect I want to stress: bringing in goods in our country. Some of these things, retire the interest or some business individuals that want to come and do business. Somebody bringing their goods. There's a lot of bureaucracy at the port. And all of that, APN terminal charge a lot of fees and all of that. And that retire the interest of people that wanting to do business in our country. So please, as you said, you'll be meeting with the finance minister. I would like for you to put this issue of the APN terminal on the floor.
Okay, sir.
You guys are answering us.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good morning. Let's take the next one. Okay, that person's off. Let's take this one here. Good morning.
Good morning.
What is your name?
Yeah, my name is Benjamin Franklin. I'm calling from District 6.
Go ahead, Benjamin.
Thank you very much for the expose. I just have a short question to ask.
Go ahead.
Yeah, my question is, what mechanism have you people put in place for a business that being operated, let's say, in a staff being, because of some difficulties, maybe the staff for 2-3 years, and they never had the need of paying the taxes, like renewing the business registration. And for the past 4 years, they've been inactive. So is it possible to go back and register, or will you people have all the balance time that they need pay for? So that I wanted to you to please address.
Okay, thank you very much. Very interesting question. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning to the countryman in Liberia.
Go ahead.
My name is Abraham, political moderate people calling from Dokome. And
hello? Hello? Sorry, my brother. Sorry. Your line is too bad. Good morning. Stop listening to the radio. You listen to the radio, you will not get me on time because it will delay to you. Let's take this one. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, sorry, my brother. We don't have all day. Taking at least 2 more calls before our guests address some of the concerns as raised by some of the callers. Good morning. And then we can be able to wrap up on this segment of the program. 0776-089-713. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, sir. What is your name?
Yeah, my name is Oliver Registrar. I'm calling from Tacos Island.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I want to thank God for you, Daniel, and I also want to thank God for the Bossmas in studio. My concern, my question, it has to do with the business registrations. You receiving people from the Ministry of Commerce. They come, they do your business registrations. Now, the Liberia business registries will come and do your business registrations. I want you to please clarify between them. How do we deal with the two groups in terms of registrations and the functions?
Okay, thank you very much. Let's take the final one. Good morning. Good morning. Stop listening to the radio, sorry. But let's come back to Mr. Dina. Address the concerns and then we can wrap up.
Okay, let me say thanks to all of the callers. They made salient points and they asked a lot of good questions. Let me begin with the fellow who asked about the security aspect. I'm not an IT person, but I've been made to understand there was a guarantee from my folks, from the vendor that is working on this particular platform that is highly secured, because this is a national platform. So we expected that it should be well secured so that people cannot easily hack, because this is a national platform. Secondly, somebody asked about the domain certificate, whereby before you get your actual certificate, they will want you to get a temporary certificate. I think it's a very good idea. We're going to look into this, but we have to be very mindful with the security aspect, because because World Trade Center is just right next door. People can do so many things, and I have been having this thought ever since I took over, but I've not been able to implement it because of fear that people would, because it doesn't have any security feature.
Sure.
So you understand, so people will just run with it and defraud government. So it's a critical thing, Mr. Tubawiye. I'm going to look into it and see how our IT people can look into this to address it. The issue of awareness is key, because I come from the tax background. Anything you do, especially in tax administration and everywhere in the collection process, awareness remains key. It's a soft way of enforcing, because if people are aware, it reduces the cost of inputting people in car to say you're going to close them down. But the fact that they are aware, you know, there are some people who are not compliant, not because they don't want to pay, because they're not aware. So I agree with him. This fiscal year, I have a communication strategy to ensure that we even duplicate these messages in the vernacular. Maybe visit like 5 to 6 counties and speak to our people and explain to them the procedure in Pele, Basso, and the rest of it. So we have a plan for this. Someone talk about stop registration. First of all, it is not a good thing to have a business closed down without the knowledge of the government. Before, even if you are slowing down your operations, what you need to do is to do a letter to the Liberia Business Registry that I'm closing down for 6 months, or I'm closing down for 1 year. All right. So let us have that communication, so that when you decide to reopen, you can do a communication to us. But if you don't do that, if you just shut down because of slow down operations, when you come back, you maintain your business, but you have to pay for the arrears. So if you didn't register for 3 years and then you shut down on your own, we are not aware. The first thing when you come to my office, I will ask you, hey, you know, where's the letter you sent to the registry telling us that you were shutting down? Because you are not shutting down for good. You are shutting down temporarily.
Temporarily.
So if you're shutting down temporarily, the best thing to do is to do an official letter to the LBR informing us that you'll be shutting down for a specific period of time. Alright? If you also want to close a business permanently, that is called dissolution. We also do it at the registry. So you go through the process of dissolution. So with respect to the issue of those people who go to the field, the LBR and Ministry of Commerce folks who are in the field are the same people. So they're the same people, so don't get panic. We work together. So generally, let me just say thanks to all of the callers and everyone who participated. We look forward to the official launch of the services tomorrow. This service belongs to the people. It is to be used by the people. My own call is to those people who are in the neighborhoods, in the various communities, who are operating as shops and stores, who have not registered. This is a call for you to come forward now and have your businesses registered. You don't have to come in person at the registry to stay online and obtain form and register. Just go online tomorrow. We'll be launching our platform www.lbr.gov.lr and subscribe, and you will be able to have access to our platform so that you can be able to register your business. Because when you register your business, this affords the government an opportunity to collect taxes, and the taxes will be used to pave your roads, to build your schools, to build your hospitals, and carry on national development. So thank you so very much, Daniel Ankra and your team. It's a great pleasure. I'm looking forward to returning in the soonest possible time.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. He's Samson D. He is the Director General at the Liberia Business Registry, joining us on the show this morning. We'll take a break now, bring you sports, and after that, we join our next guest. Stay tuned.